Hello everyone, it's Blazer here for another one of those games I bought in this month videos, and it's for February of 2026. I didn't buy much of 2026, probably just 4 things. Mainly 2 Game Boy games, 1 Xbox game, and a controller. Well, kind of controller-esque thing. Well, more so just an attachment thing. But whatever, let's show them off then. So first of all, it's not so much a new game I bought, but something of a new copy that I bought of something that I bought like many years ago, and it is Halo 3 on the Xbox 360. I had this game years ago on the Xbox 360 when I got the Xbox 360 console like many years ago, and I did buy myself a copy of this game as a limited edition, and the limited edition copies that I had was good and it worked pretty fine, except that the case was in pretty bad shape, and I think the disc holder, like, I'll show you an example when I open it. Like, I'll show you here, a little thing right here that was in the limited edition case, yeah, was busted and broken. It wouldn't eject the disc well, and whenever I tried to like press it or I try to eject the disc out of it, yeah, it would damage the disc, and the disc got very damaged that it had a crack on it, and I was worried that if I put the cracked disc on the console, it would, yeah, I didn't want to use that cracked disc, so I threw that copy of Halo 3 away and I bought a new disc after. And that disc worked for a while, until recently for some reason it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work for some reason. Like, it stopped working, and I thought to myself, when I booted it up on my Xbox 360, when I was testing it, when I was testing my Xbox 360's the new HDMI cable, and I decided, yeah, I'll pop in some Halo 3. Then I got up to then I tried loading up a level, then it said something like, what was it? Players failed to load content or something. And I thought to myself, what's wrong with my game? Everything is all downloaded and installed, right? Ready to play. And then I had to check at the disc. Then to check, clean the disc, tossed in the console to see what was going on with it, and nothing was happening. I had still had the same problem. And then I took the disc out of the console and examined it. That there was damage on the disc. Not so much on the front or back of the disc, but it was on the side layers of the disc that had been tattered or something. I just really can't explain it very well, but I tried cleaning it and see whether or not it's probably dirty or something, but it turns out it might have been damaged. And I had no idea, and I have no idea how the hell it even got that way. Might have been an accident or something. I think it might have been an accident when I touched my console. I have no idea. But either way, I got a new copy of Halo 3 now. Now, it's a standard copy of this, but basically I'm using my old case of it. It did come in like a different, my new Halo 3 disc came in a new case. I think it came in an Xbox 360 Classics edition of the Halo 3, but the disc was more or less just you know, standard Halo 3 right here. It's still got the standard Halo 3, and as you can see, the disc is pretty much looking all brand new. I did ask them to give it a clean. I did ask the retailers to clean the disc, to give it a nice clean, and yeah, the nice clean worked, and then it got a nice clean, and everything boots up, it loads. I had an hour or two play with it to make sure everything loads and works, and it has got, and my copy has still got like everything. It got the posters and it got the instructions as well. Yeah. And Halo 3, it's the third in the series. It's the third of the original Halo trilogy, where it follows after the events of Halo 1 and 2. Also just after Halo 2, where Master Chief comes down and meets up with the Marines and also the elites, who have joined sides with the humans to face off against the last remaining Covenant and the Flood. And it's a really good game, Halo 3. I did enjoy this game when I eventually got it. I never played Halo 3. I did play Halo 3, Halo 1 and Halo 3 after playing Halo 1, and I was so confused by the story of what was going on and why the elites were on the human side. It wasn't until after I played Halo 2 where, you know, where everything all made sense, where everything all connected and everything all made sense to me. And then you also got Halo ODST as well, Halo 3 ODST, I got that as well. I pretty much have all the Halo Xbox 360 games as well. I have Halo 1 and 2 on the original Xbox. I have Halo 3, which is this one. And I also have Halo 3 ODST, which is fantastic, because you've got an all-new original story, and also the multiplayer content that's all on disc. And also Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, Halo Wars, and one of my all-time favorites, Halo Reach, which I really enjoyed that one. And also Halo 4, which I never really played much into. Same with Halo Wars. I haven't even played much into Halo Wars and Halo 4. And yeah, and I've heard about the story about Halo Campaign Evolved, which is the remake of the upcoming Halo 1, where it's a full-on remake of the very first Halo game, instead of like Halo 1 Anniversary, where it was just Halo Combat Evolved but remastered using the Halo Reach engine. And am I looking forward to Halo Campaign Evolved? Kind of not. Because Halo Studios is comprised of former staff members. It's a rebrand of 343 Industries that have done Halo 4, which was okay-ish, Halo 5 and Halo 6, which both Halo 5 and Halo Infinite, which is Halo 6. Yeah, they've been mixed. Yeah, they've been mixed to divided. Where like Halo 5 and Halo Infinite were they were lacking some of that Halo spirit and kind of fall into that modern shooter feel. When some of the Halo games would start to copy like what Call of Duty was doing. At least as far as I know. So I'm not gonna give Halo Campaign Evolved some hopes. So yeah, now I've got an all-new copy of Halo 3, so I can enjoy that. And hopefully this time I don't have to buy another copy. This is my third copy I bought now, so hopefully this time I don't have to buy another copy of Halo 3 that works now. Alright, yeah, we got 2 Game Boy games. And I'm going to start with the Game Boy Color game. F1 Championship Season 2000. Now this is a F1 Formula Racing game that was on, I think it was on the PlayStation 2, I think. And then there was a version made for the Game Boy Color, which it tries to simulate what was it? Elements of a 3D racing game on a Game Boy Color, and the engine's alright. Like how it tries to simulate like 3D FMV motions on a Game Boy cartridge is, you know, pretty decent-ish, I guess. But the controls and the handling can be a little bit fiddly. And that's about as much as I played. I only played this for like 10 minutes. I only bought this just because it's a 3D. It looked like a 3D racing-ish game for the Game Boy Color. And I am getting into like the technical games on the Game Boy Color. So, yeah, not bad. Right, and the last Game Boy game I also got, and it's on the Game Boy Advance, is Final Fight 1. This is the Game Boy Advance port of the first Final Fight game, released for the Game Boy Advance, and it takes advantage of the Game Boy Advance's, you know, hardware capabilities. It does have the 2-player mode-ish if you got a link cable, and it does feature the 3 main playable characters. Mike Hagar, Cody, and Guy. I think we're the playable characters. Yeah, Hagar, Cody, and Guy. Yeah, that's all 3 of these characters in. But it does contain the content also from the Super Nintendo version, where it has some of the changes that were made to it to be allowed on Nintendo hardware. Like I remember what got changed for the Super Nintendo version. Like there was a cutscene change involving the kidnapped girl, Jessica, and also those Ivy girls that you beat up were changed to males. Those were the changes that got made to the Super Nintendo version, as well as, but mainly on the Super Nintendo version also, there was the factory level that got missing, and I'm not sure if that's the same change also made to the Game Boy Advance version. I haven't played far into it yet. And the Super Nintendo lacking the 2-player mode, but then again that's a hardware limitation thing. That was I think that was a cartridge limitation thing. At least as far as I remember. But the Game Boy Advance version at least tries to be at least almost close to the Super Nintendo version. It almost feels close to the Super Nintendo than it is in the arcades. Because graphically it almost kind of looks like the SNES version. It's a bit more colorful, which I've noticed when I've tried this on my DS Lite. But otherwise, it's a pretty solid beat 'em up. I got this for £8, so I can't go wrong too much with it. So yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, and now one last thing, and this is more of a little attachment kind of thing, little controller attachment, and that is a spare Wii nunchuck. Now, I wanted to get my hands on a spare nunchuck for the Wii. Not because I was short on nunchucks, because I've already got like 2 nunchucks I want to use on my Wii. But this one I wanted to attach to my Wii light gun. My Wii light gun that I'm using on my computer. So you can see there, I'll move these aside. So I got my Wii remote attached onto my House of the Dead hand cannon shell right here, and you can see as I pop this over, I got the thing connected. I got the nunchuck connected in right here, so it's all connected, ready to go. And I got the string all pretty much here, so that's going to make my hand a bit more comfortable when I'm using my light gun shell for my remote. I tested the nunchuck and it works pretty fine. I had no issues getting it working, and everything straight up works, and I had no problem setting it up. So I'll look forward to using this now on my PC when I get round to it. So that is basically all the stuff that I got this February. Right, so what else did I do and accomplish this February? Not much in terms of February. Like, I mainly got progress working on my Splitgate review, my Splitgate Arena Reloaded video, which I'll upload after it's finished. And yeah, I still got like a couple of things to do on it, and I'll eventually post it up, and I'll share it on this video. Share a link to it in the video description, and I've just been going through a lot of the PlayStation Plus games in the meantime, alongside, you know, spending a lot of time with Splitgate Arena Reloaded, because, you know, still enjoying that game. And now I'm going to be saving up my money, you know, for getting my hands on a PlayStation Vita, and a one PlayStation Vita console that works. Because I want to get my hands on a PlayStation Vita that works. One that isn't discounted, one that has basically all the hardware that still works fine. And also, if I can, additional analog sticks that and buttons, parts, just to help fix up the PlayStation Vita whenever I need to fix it. So that's going to be one of my main goals. Now, but other than that, it's finishing up Splitgate Arena Reloaded, and after that I'll post it up whenever I can. Yeah, I haven't got much to say for February, so yeah, that is gonna do it with it. I'm not sure if I'll upload. I'm not sure if I would try to get my hands on one of the other games I was trying to get and getting, because recently Tales of Berseria has come out, and I'm gonna try and see if I can get my hands on it, and if I can't, I'll probably would have to order it when I next go out. So when I do, I'll probably do an unboxing video on it. So hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you like the video, give it a comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my videos that are coming up. I'll be having some Splitgate Arena Reloaded videos coming up soon, and yeah, and that is going to be it. So hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time in the next video. So take care of yourselves, and goodbye.